Hello everyone, welcome back to Elefino Open number 16. I am still Elefino. I am still joined by my good friend Fluffy Stuff.
Hey guys!
We are getting ready to start the third place match of this tournament, which will be between Bear Dress and JT the Brick. Let me show you the bracket real quick so you guys can see how these players got to this point. This was a 256 player tournament, best of 5 conquest with a ban. So here we are in the third place match. We will be casting this one coming up right now, and following that one we will have the championship match between Tom GQ and Leoric for the title of Elefino Open number 16 champion. So that'll be coming up here after the third place match. Fluffy Stuff, do you mind going over the lineups for these two players?
No problem. We have Beardress with Druid, Warlock, and Warrior with his Paladin band. And we have JT the Brick
Sounds
with
good.
Druid, Mage, Paladin with his Warlock band. Yep, I'm looking forward to this. I like the bands in this situation. Of course, Paladin band because most likely Secret Paladin, and who wants to really deal with that?
Yeah.
And yeah, for sure. And then I like Warlock bands a lot because see, JT the Brick, what did he have again? Do you remember what type of Warlock?
He was on the bottom. He was the one that had that zoo with Leroy.
He had the zoo with Leroy. Yeah, then I can definitely understand why Bear just would want to ban that, because that can have surprising amounts of damage that you really don't want to deal with. And also Zoo is considered probably one of the best decks right now, if I'm correct.
Yes, it's definitely ranked tier 1 to a lot of players. And I also like the ban on Warlock, to agree with you, because of how diverse the class is. And they're all strong, so you don't really know what you're going to be up against when you're facing it. So that can be huge.
Yep.
But let's get into Game 1 of Elefino Open number 16 third place match. JT the Brick on the bottom of your screen. He's opening up with Mage. Beardress on the top of your screen, opening up with Warrior.
Yes, this is the Tempo Mage with the duplicate in it.
Yes.
I remember now.
Yes, definitely. Beardress hoping it's Freeze Mage, but it's not. He's also not Control Warrior. He's the Patron Warrior, so that may or may not have been true what I just said. I was thinking he was the Control Warrior. So.
Yeah, I'm thinking Patron definitely has the upper hand in this situation, especially because the key point of this Tempo Mage is the Flame Waker, which just shoots out with ones, which, as we know against the Patron, is literally the worst thing.
Yeah, it doesn't seem too good. I don't remember seeing any kind of AoE board clears from JT the Brick. I didn't see a Flame Strike or a Blizzard or anything like that last game, but who knows? Might be in there
However,
somewhere.
we do see that JT the Brick does have a really nice opening. So this is really going to help him out to maybe gain so much board momentum in the beginning that the Patron won't be able to catch up, because they're more of a late game kind of class. But he does have the Fire War Axe, so...
Yeah, I was going to say, Beardress has the War Axe, which will have something to say about these first couple turns here. But then that, if he uses the weapon here, that Paladin Shredder could get in a decent amount of work.
Indeed, yeah. Having that coin is going to turn out to be really nice for him. A lot of Tempo Mage players do like to keep the coin for the Flame Waker, but in this situation, especially if he does realize he's against a Patron, I'd probably coin out the Paladin Shredder.
Yeah, pretty hard to get the read on what Beardress is now based off these first two cards that JT has seen. But he may...
Yeah, and the spell is the duplicate that we had seen in the beginning hand.
Oh, yes it is. Thank you for pointing that out. I had not shown it to the viewers yet.
No problem. The Whirlwind. Okay, yeah.
Page.
I think interraging, yep, definitely. Trading with the Shredder. Which, of course, will duplicate it, but, you know.
Yeah, but you get the draws off of it, which are really huge here early game, because his hand was not looking super great going forward. So
and that Fiery War Axe pickup is going to be really good against the multiple Pilot Shredders that we will be seeing in the future.
Yeah, because turn 4, JT is probably going to have to drop another one of those bad boys. Doesn't have much else in hand at this time. Unless he wants to go double 2 drops.
And that Belcher is going to be really nice for him. I mean, he's obviously get to choose between that and the Lotheb, but I think that Belcher against the Pilot Shredder is going to be pretty optimal.
Yeah, I like it here. I think you swing in first, kind of see what you're up against. And then probably drop the Lotheb as well. Maybe save the, drop the Sludge Belcher, I mean. Maybe save the Lotheb for a turn when you think JT is going to go off on some spells.
Yeah, I think it's, definitely smart. Like maybe when you see a Flame Waker come down and you make sure it's obsolete at that point. Something along those lines.
Especially with this Sludge Belcher being able to deal with the 2-drop. Perhaps that would have influenced his decision if it was Millhouse Mana Storm, for instance. Maybe he would have gone with the Lotheb. I don't know.
I have a feeling that JT the Brick will probably right now opt to use Sorcerer Apprentices. Your spells cost 1 less, take care of this sludge, maybe play down the Mad Scientist, try to gain some more board control, make sure the Mad Scientist is out there so you can get another secret down. You know, make sure
seems
you're
viable.
Oh, but no, it goes with the. Well, I guess this plays somewhat similar.
Oh, okay. This was the play I thought you were talking about. Still allows him to Frostbolt over the top, kind of protect.
Yeah, the difference is playing the Mad Scientist over drawing some cards, but this is definitely also a really good play.
Gotcha. This allows for a full board clear, picking up that Arcane Blast. Pretty nice. And now JT has a lot of minions later on. That might be enough. Both of them looking pretty good at this time. It's kind of difficult to see who's in the better position.
Yeah, I think Lotheb is definitely the smart play here. And then obviously follow up with Dr. Boom will be nice.
Yeah, Bear just going to be able to drop a Dr. Boom first. Could be a huge difference.
Yeah. JT the Bricks, thinking hard. Yeah, I'm expecting the Pilot Shredder Mad Scientist. Maybe trade in 3-2 and 2-2. But he could always start going face, because we look, Beardress is already at 19 health.
Yeah, definitely.
And with so many minions, he can start hitting him down.
Yeah, I think I would have advocated for going face to be a pretty good play as well. He thought differently. Especially because JT the Brick does not have any of that over-the-top burst. So, like, putting on the pressure with those minions seemed like it would have been pretty good. And Bear just hasn't played anything to signify, really, that he's Patron. So JT may still be playing around Control Warrior, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think I've seen anything to really give it away that that Beardress is Patron.
Very true. I mean, we should consider that maybe they were checking in on the stream when they weren't playing, hopefully, and checking out their competition. But at this point, they wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. They are encouraged. Our players are allowed and even encouraged to check out the stream and do a little bit of research on their opponent. There's definitely no rule against that.
So we see here. I mean, he has the Whirlwinds, which he can start smartly trading maybe the Boom Bats, try to see if he can get a good board clear that way. But what would you do in this situation, do you think?
So many options.
I know.
It depends on how greedy you want to be. You keep pointing out that he's already down to 13, which is definitely a valid point. So that's got to factor in a little bit. Doesn't have a execute, but he wants to go like super greedy. He does have the Frothing Whirlwind, would just be an insane amount of buffs for that Frothing Berserker. I think he's gonna see where these boom bots go first. Ooh, a 4 on the opponent's boom bot doesn't seem pretty good. Puts you down to 10 already. He's running out of time.
I wonder if he should have considered laying down that Armor Smith before trading, just to gain some of that armor to lessen the impact.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Perhaps he was afraid of it dying, or maybe he's just maybe just wasn't sure what his play was, because he had so many options, Beardress did, and he just so overwhelmed by the by the cards that he had in his hand. And now this Fireball is going to be lethal if he sees it. Not very difficult to pick up.
I would hope he'd see it.
Yeah, pretty easy to spot this one if you're, but it is easy to get tunnel vision as well. And so he's probably just calculating it, recalculating it, make sure he's got enough mana, making sure that Armor Smith isn't going to proc at all.
There we go. He caught it.
He does have the lethal, and that means that JT the Brick gonna take game 1 with his mage. So after unfortunate showing that he had in the semifinals, he was not able to show off his awesome play that we had. We finally get to see a victory from JT the Brick, so congratulations to him in game 1.
Yeah, I mean, his tempo mage did exactly what it needed it to do, really. Just take over board control, have all these sticky minions, and just go face till he was too low.
So not really to mention Patron
spells.
not drawing Patron. Doesn't seems like a pretty difficult deck to win with when you don't draw the card that your deck is built around.
Yeah, that's one of the tricky things about Patron, I feel. It's that it's really, really card dependent. Like, if you do not get those proper draws, you're basically screwed most of the time. But if you do, then you're generally in a really good position. So.
And JT just had the fuel to keep going. He had those minions that he could drop on curve, and just really overwhelmed Beardress with the amount of high quality minions that he had at his disposal that game. Just never let up.
Yeah, and if we look at JT the Brick right now, he has a. I'm not sure. Is this considered a nice hand? If you can do.
Oh, he threw it
no,
back.
He
had the turn 1 Emperor, and he threw it back, not being greedy with it. I've hardly ever seen that start punished, but maybe he thought it was just a little bit too greedy to do in a tournament with third place on the line here. Just playing a little bit safer.
Yeah, I mean, this is still a really decent hand. Turn 1 Shade to let that start growing is always a good choice.
Yeah, absolutely. He got rewarded with the Shade coming back on the mulligan. It's a pretty good start as well. The Emperor would have put on a lot of pressure and would have been discounting all these cards.
Well,
that he
I
would have been
guess
drawing
the reason
into.
why you would throw that back is you would have essentially an empty hand, so you wouldn't get the benefits of discounting because your whole hand was played to send out your Emperor Thorson. You know what I mean?
That's a potential risk, yeah. But if it's going to stick around for 3 or 4 turns, you're going to get all those cards discounted as well. Right. So not saying he was right or wrong by any means, just advocating for both decisions.
Yeah, Fiery War Axe is going to be nice here. Take out the HUD Shredder. I would consider slamming here. Just get rid of it, but no, he opts not to, finds card draw to be more important.
Yeah, I would advocate against the slam as well, for the simple fact that if you armor up, really that slam's only doing 1 damage.
Mm-hmm.
So and now you've got the slam for this Lotheb, like you were saying. You can draw off of it and you can weapon it down, which seems like a much more. Well, you can't slam it out because it's Lotheb, obviously.
Let's say.
So, yeah, hold on. Sorry about that.
Looks like he's just gonna have to Dust Bite and take some damage. Which, let's see, he's at 11 plus 17 right now. Ooh. Yeah, coin out that Ancient of Lore. Try to get your combo.
Absolutely. Picking up another Shade, pretty good.
Another Wrath. I think what Bear just really needs here is a Brawl. But I do not know if he runs a Brawl in his Patron deck.
I like exposing it here. You really want to expose the Shade when your opponent has multiple minions that they want to deal with. Beardress cannot really kill 2 minions on this turn. He's going to want to slam one of them, going to be the Shade, and then weapon it down as well. It would have been really difficult for him to deal with even 2 of these, let alone all 3 of these large minions.
Yeah, I wonder if you definitely maybe throw down both Unstable Portals, just try to keep yourself alive for a turn. I mean, obviously see what you draw first.
Unstable Ghouls. Gotcha. Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, did I not say that?
No, I thought I heard Unstable Portal. You were still in the Mage. Maybe I heard it wrong. Maybe I was still in the Mage mindset. But this looks pretty good. And slamming this, and now weaponing it down seems like the only option.
Yeah, I mean, if you do both Unstable Ghouls, next turn you can kill him with the Whirlwind and the Yeah, just the whirlwind from your Despite, I believe. Or maybe you need both whirlwinds, but oh, he only does one. But I'm pretty sure this is the end of the game then.
Yeah, he can. Oh, it looks like. Yeah, he's just gonna wrap that for 3 hero power, and that's gonna be enough. Or he had swipe, all kinds of ways for lethal there.
Yeah, he didn't have much hope.
And JT the Brick, very quickly. The swipe's gonna hover on the screen for me at least, but JT going up very quickly, 2-0 in the series. Bear's just gonna have to find a way to recover from this slow start that he's had and see if he can bring it back and avoid the sweep.
Yeah, and JT the Brick just has his Paladin left, which is this the Murloc Paladin, or is this probably a secret Paladin?
I don't believe we saw this Paladin.
Ah. And it's Lady Liadrin. Yay! Ooh, this could... Well, I see a secret and a zombie chow.
Yeah, it looks more like a
hybrid mid-range secret?
Yeah,
Paladin?
mid-range. Yeah, more secret Paladin with a little bit more towards the mid-range as opposed to aggro.
Yeah, and he has a pretty good start, but again, Bear just has his Fiery War Axe, so that's going to be nice for him.
Yeah, kind of keep it here because you're gonna get the heal back from it. It's not a whole lot of pressure to coin out the Fiery War Axe. You can wait a turn, save your coin.
I wonder if he's going to opt to kill this spider. Nope. I only say opt to kill a spider because you generally assume there's going to be a knife juggler at some point, so maybe start taking care of it. But I guess without a whirlwind, that wouldn't make much sense, so disregard.
And if he plays the juggler here, he can weapon that down, and there's no minions for the Haunted Creeper to trade into, so definitely a viable point. Though in some matches, not wanting to let the juggler get too much value.
Yeah. Gotta learn to actually look at the board before I start talking.
It's easy to get wrapped up in like all the potential plays that could happen that you've seen. Let's go ahead and see what this was. The Repentance. I had forgotten it was played from hand though. It was the Repentance, in case you're like me and forgot. Interesting turn from Beardress. I kind of just like the Acolyte of Pain. You're not under a whole lot of pressure. Just start drawing cards.
Yeah, and you don't want to. Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, but I mean, it kind of played around it a little bit, and you're not really expecting Repentance there anyway. You're expecting more of a Noble Sacrifice or Revenge would be the highest odds.
Yeah. So it looks like he's gonna True Silver. Probably go face with it, or maybe just hold it. I think I'd consider just holding it, but
yeah, your hand's pretty small. I kind of you could advocate definitely for holding it as well. Try to get value off of killing some minions, but he's gonna go on the aggressive with it.
Slamming this mini-bot's gonna do him nicely. Ooh, and the Sludge Belcher, it's definitely gonna be helping out on turn 5, which is essentially what he needed.
Divine Favor, though, the punish for Beardress having such a large hand. If he doesn't play anything, it's just going to mean an extra card for JT. So I think we'll see. Oh, I don't know, because if you play the Armorsmith, it just gives a really nice target for that True Silver.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like you just have to think maybe this guy has Divine Favor, but at this point, I'm gonna assume you don't have that in your mind as Beardress. You're just like, oh, what should I play? What's the smartest thing? But,
yeah, definitely. I don't think they really play around the Divine Favor here too much, but pretty good pickup. He can play one of those cards along with the Divine Favor. He's gonna opt for the Juggler. Seems to make sense. Hold the Avenge.
Well, it keeps everything on curve and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, sounds good. See what we get from here. Dr. Boom gonna refill his hand.
Goodness.
Very nicely, well played coming out from Beardress. Yeah, that hurts. He was hoping to outvalue JT in the long haul, but that can no longer be the plan.
He does get the Grim Patron, however. And with the Coin Whirlwind, he can get those juggles to maybe give him more patrons. Just saying, this is an option.
Yeah, he has the Inner Rage as well, so he could patron Inner Rage Coin Whirlwind. Is that the play you're talking about?
Yes.
Looks pretty good to me, yeah. Take advantage of that Juggler. The Juggler would still be left on board, so that would clear off one of them, but if you get it to propagate patrons for you, it's definitely worth it.
In that situation, you could have also maybe Inner Raged the Juggler itself to have it killed off at the end.
You could have, yeah, definitely, if you valued that more. Both are options. I kind of like the unstable here. Although
yeah, I mean the.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I think I like armoring a little bit more because you want to maybe use that to propagate patrons later. Maybe it's a little bit greedy to play it now and get it to pop the creeper.
Well, I guess at that point you have to think like, what is it really doing? Like saving me a damage? Like does that, like I guess popping the creeper, but I feel like that's not the most necessary thing at this point, you know, because you really want to save that for your patrons to be a nuisance later on.
Sure. I guess one of the points I was making was if it popped the creeper, then the whirlwind would be able to kill the ones that come out, so you can get value off of that next turn. But Lothar would have shut that down regardless.
Yeah.
So answering it with your own Lothar seems pretty good. And also the Avenge. If he had gone for that play, the Revenge looks like he's going to land on something pretty big. Oh, never mind. It's hard to say where it's going to go now.
JT the Brick looks pretty ahead. He has Dr. 7 into the just drawn Dr. 8. This patron's really gonna... I mean, he pulled an Execute, so he can kill the Dr. Boom, he can kill the Lothab, he can Whirlwind, take out some of these Boom Bots. He can even play a Patron and hope that the Boom Bots kill some of the Patrons. He has a lot of options, actually, to catch up on this specific board, but once Tyrion comes down, that might not be so good.
Absolutely. It'll depend on where these Boom Bots go, potentially, and where the Avenge lands. Ooh, that's not exactly where you wanted it to go. You wanted it to land on something that was already large, so you could execute it and get value out of there. So it's kind of unfortunate for Beardress. But I think you got to go with the play you talked about, and just kind of go all in on these patrons. Otherwise, you're dead, right? So.
Oh yeah. I guess he maybe can consider playing the unstable gold to try to save from. I'm guessing the 4/3 that'll still be up. Let's see. Trades in the 5/5s, Whirlwind. Let's see where these, at least the one Boombot lands.
Yeah, this seems like the best play. Ooh, goodbye Lothar. Boombot's gonna stick around to clear off one of those patrons.
I miscounted. He could not play the unstable gold. Might be.
That's okay. I thought you meant instead of the other path. He could have coined it out.
I think I did.
Let's go with that. Tyrion though gonna wreak some havoc.
However, we do see that Beardress has 2 taunts, so it can save him for a little bit. Unstable Ghoul can make more patrons, he can clear the Tyrion. So he's not necessarily screwed yet, but...
He's in a lot of trouble, though, because even if he clears the Tyrion, that's going to give JT an Ashbringer, which does a lot of damage. And Beardress, I don't think he's running any heals. He's got the Lothab, but that might be the only way for him to slow down JT going forward.
Yeah.
Difficult spot.
I think this game is pretty over. Unless he can play both taunts and like pray that he just draws the exact cards he needs, but besides that, it's not looking good.
Yeah, that might be your only way out of it, to survive another turn.
He's gonna opt to clear the Divine Shield. Oh, he's just gonna clear the whole thing.
Wow, feels good if you're JT. Soaking up 3 patrons, clearing your opponent's board of patrons with just Tyrion.
Yeah, and he does have the Keeper of Voldemort, so he can easily clear the Sludge Belcher without his weapon, but obviously I would opt to use the weapon instead.
Yeah, seems a little bit better.
And then probably, I guess you can't muster, so Knife Juggler, Zombie, Noble Sack, just throw some minions out there, Pallet Shredder.
Yeah, just
Kind of fill
just
up the
go all
board.
in on flooding the board. You could even hero power and keeper that to get another 3/3 to go along with your knife juggler. Just have a pretty good board. Knife juggler. He's gonna go with the paladin shredder instead. And that seems pretty good as well. I think I like that over the keeper play.
I would consider just hero powering and maybe playing noble sack. Oh, he's gonna muster?
Well, it looks like he's going for the. He might one of the juggles. No, I think he thought a little bit differently. He wanted to keep.
I think you kind of forget that muster takes your weapon, you know?
Sure.
So you're just like, oh, I'll just, no, wait, wait. My weapon, needed.
Either way, I don't see a way out of it for Bear Dress. He's gonna go for the Paladin Shredder, but Noble Sacrifice is gonna shut that down. So he couldn't even hope for the Doomsayer.
Yeah. It's a pretty deciding win for JT the Brick, who I believe 3-0'd Bear Dress, correct?
Yes, he did.
Yep.
Yeah, Doomsayer actually wouldn't have even been out there. That's what I was thinking about, because the Boombot would have gone off, only had one place to go, which was face, and then the Ashbringer would have finished him off, even if it only hits for one. So, pretty awkward spot there for Bear Dress. So he's going to go down in the third place match, so he will finish in fourth. Congratulations to JT for finishing third place. They will both take home 1 point in the Blizzard World Championship Tour Hearthstone standings. Congratulations to both of them. Really impressive showing from both players. Again, this was 256 player pool, and they made it to the final four and into the third place match. So really impressive, really strong play from both of them. So we'll thank them real quick for playing in our tournament. And next, we will have the championship match, which will be between Tom GQ and Leoric, the moment you've all been waiting for. So we will take a short break. Fluffy Stuff and I gotta set up the stream for that match, but we will be right back here, hopefully very shortly. Stick around, you do not want to miss it. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Elefino Open number 16. I am Elefino. I am still joined by my good friend, Fluffy Stuff. We are getting ready to start the...
Oh, sorry. Hi, guys. I forgot that was like a normal social cue to say hi.
That's okay.
Yes.
We
Hello,
are getting ready
people.
to start
How
the
are you?
championship
Welcome.
match
This is the finals.
between Tom GQ and Leoric. Both of these players had phenomenal performances throughout the day, made it all the way here, undefeated, to the championship match. The winner will be crowned Elefino Open number 16 champion, a super coveted title that all Hearthstone players aspire to acquire. It even rhymes. Let's show you the bracket real quick so you can kind of get an idea of how they got here. So you can see kind of the path they all took. Both of these being undefeated, as I stated, are in the championship match. But there's a rundown of some of the other players. We'll go ahead and go over the prizes real quick on the left side of your screen. Really cool stuff. We just got an increase in the prize pool thanks to a generous donation to Strivewire from Gamer Sensei. So Strivewire was able to pass that on to us. So we'll do a little bit of sellout for them. Strivewire, you can see their logo in the bottom middle of the screen. They are a phenomenal website. They do a lot of work in the open Hearthstone tournament scene. So whether you're on NA or EU, definitely check out strivewire.com if you're interested in competing in some of those open tournaments. I believe all of them are free. I've never seen one that you had to pay to enter. So get out there, play some awesome open Hearthstone action, meet some great players, win some prizes, and who knows, this is the path. You could even become the next BlizzCon Hearthstone World Champion. You can earn points right in this tournament that could lead you down that path to all that fame and glory. So the prizes currently on the left side of your screen. Third and fourth place each get 1 point in those World Championship Tour standings that we were talking about. Fourth place gets $10. Third place gets $15. Second place, so the loser of this match that's coming up here very shortly, will win 2 points in the World Championship Tour standings and $20. First place going to take home 3 points and $25. Keep note that the award for World Championship Tour points for ending Legend outside of the top 100 for an entire month of playing Hearthstone is 1 point. So you can get the equivalent to that just by finishing in third or fourth place in one of these open tournaments. That can be found on strivewire.com. So that's enough sellout for us. Just kind of giving you an idea of why these players compete in these open tournaments, why you should be competing in these open tournaments if you want to make your name and get into that Hearthstone scene. Because the top 128 players in points get into the preliminaries for each season. The next one will be coming up for the spring season. So, anything to add, Fluffy Stuff? I know I went out on a rant there.
No, I think I'm good. I mean, I was just reminiscing when I once had 2 points, or maybe more, because I got second place in 2 Strivewire tournaments.
Awesome.
Before. So yeah, that's really fun. I love Strivewire tournaments, so definitely recommend you guys checking them out if you like competition. Yep.
Okay, cool. Can you please go over the rundown of the lineups for Tom GQ and Leoric?
Yes, sir. So, in this match, Tom GQ will be playing Druid, Warlock, and Priest with his Paladin band, and Leoric will be playing Warlock, Warrior, Paladin with his Druid band.
Fascinating stuff.
Yeah, I think the Priest pick is going to be very interesting to see if that works out, because I feel like Priest is highly, like, some people say it's horrible in tournaments, like, never play Priest in tournaments. Priest is really bad all the time. And then Entomb came out, it got better, and now people are like, Priest is okay. Like,
yeah.
Sometimes it can win you a whole series, for sure.
And it was actually banned last match, so we haven't gotten to see it yet. But let's get right into the action of Game 1 of Elefino Open, number 16 championship match. Leoric on the bottom of your screen, opening up with Paladin. Tom GQ on the top of your screen, opening up with Warlock. And this is that Murloc Paladin that we got to see earlier from Leoric, so we'll see if it can have the same amount of success as it did earlier.
Yes, and it looks like Tom GQ has the combo Reno lock.
Yes.
If I remember correctly.
Yep, that's what we got to see earlier. It dropped that. It staved off elimination for a couple turns in the semifinals. Then he was finally able to draw into that Reno and just drop that. And his opponent just didn't have the damage to overcome that again.
Ooh, and it looks like Tom GQ already has both the Faceless Manipulator and the Leroy. So all he needs to do is get those discounted and he should be golden.
Yeah, lots of burst potential from there. He's going to need to get a Emperor proc on one of those. As you point out, he already has 2 in hand. So the combo that Fluffy Stuff is talking about is you can put out your Leroy Jenkins, which has charge and 6 damage. You can power overwhelming that, which brings it up to 10 attack. And then you faceless that, which gives you another 10 attack minion with charge on the board. And you just slap your opponent for 20 damage out of essentially nowhere.
Yes, indeed. So Consecration here, what do you think?
Seems pretty good. It would leave your opponent with just a 1/1 imp that would come out of the Imp Gang boss.
But he opts to just take it out and then maybe save it for next turn once more minions are played and he can make sure to fully clear the board. Or maybe he's just saving it for, I don't know, something else.
Yeah, it looks okay as well, because now if your opponent drops a larger minion, you can weapon that down and then bring it down to hopefully a 2-attack minion that you can get some more value out of that Consecrate. Might have been his thinking.
Well, if he uses the Consecration here, yeah, he gets to fully clear the board, use Solemn Vigil, and be able to prep for next turn, which he does have the double War Leaders, which could be really good for him.
Yeah, definitely. Tom GQ did get the value out of that Ooze, but unfortunately did play a little bit more into the Consecrate. But destroying the weapon, maybe he's not too upset about it. Both of these players want the game to go longer, so they're both kind of playing the slower start here. And I don't think either one of them is too upset that turn 6, he's just able to drop the Emperor now from Tom GQ.
And he does have the Emperor Thorson proc on all the things he essentially needs procced, which is going to be really good for him. Because it doesn't really matter that his Power Overwhelming isn't in hand, because it'll still overall cost 10 mana, so...
Yeah, absolutely. He did get the Abusive in there, too, which will allow him to have 24 damage with those 4 cards.
Ooh, this Twilight Drake with, I think, full 10, yes. That's going to be really good. Be able to stave off a lot of minions.
Yeah, big hand from Tom GQ means a big Drake. Leoric is picking up a lot of those Murlocs, though, so if he's able to pick up an Anything Can Happen on turn 10, a lot of these Murlocs may have died, and that could just be a lot of damage out of nowhere.
I mean, we do see that Reno is in Tom GQ's hand, which is going to be really nice for him, as long as he does it before the Anything Can Happen.
Yeah, we'll see. He's going to have to Reno probably a little bit earlier than he would normally like against like a Secret Paladin. They don't really have the burst, but with this being a Murloc Paladin, he has that burst, so he may have to be a little bit safer with that Reno to prevent just getting bursted down from 20 damage.
Definitely. So he'll probably maybe end up playing at turn 9. But for now, it looks like he's thinking about Abusive Sergeanting, maybe clearing the War Leader, saving some health. Just a good play.
Yeah, eats into a little bit of his burst, but I don't think that's too big of an issue right now. See if he wants to value the card draw or the War Leader. War Leader seems good as well.
Yeah, and he'll face... He has so much more mana to use. The Defender. Oh, that's such a good card right now.
Yeah, definitely. Looks pretty good. Oh, the Dark Bomb we saw earlier coming out on the Acolyte of Pain. Looks like that was the debate preventing extra draw from that. Although it might prevent draws anyway just by tagging in. He can't get too much value regardless because of those taunts.
Well, he can gain some cards from it, which can be considerably good for the paladin, but it looks like Tom GQ found that tapping would probably be more important there.
Oh, right. Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, he was buffed because of the abusive. Yeah, and he's gonna go ahead and try to draw some cards.
Making a couple of trades here with the old Murk-Eye, legendary Murloc.
This mind control tech can do some damage though, depending on what card he gets.
Yeah, taking the Doomsayer would feel pretty bad. So he's pretty much hoping for just about anything besides that. And we should note that even if a Murloc dies on Tom GQ's side, that does not mean it cannot still come out from the anything can happen. It's any Murlocs that died, no matter which player played them.
Mm-hmm.
So stealing a War Leader here would not prevent any anything can happen options. Alexstrasza is pretty good.
Alexstrasza, yep.
I guess he had a lot of options and just took I'll just Alexstrasza him. Seems pretty good. Force him to have the heal or the damage to kill me.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna have to use that, at least the antique killbot and True Silver, or go for the Blessing of Kings. Either one needs to happen this turn though, or else he's gonna be dead.
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure he's aware of that, so I'm fully expecting to see one of those. Although I wouldn't have been too much against Sludge Belcher or True Silver.
Yes, the Sludge Belcher. I didn't see that. That would also be quite efficient.
He's gonna go with the heal bot, as you said. Seems pretty good as well. Hold on to that Sludge Belcher. Cleared off most of the board for Tom GQ. But Tom GQ with a lot of damage. He had the
Oh yeah.
You Are Faceless is 12 plus the 4 from there. And he has the Dark Bomb in hand, so that's gonna be lethal.
Yeah, I think you're right. Sludge Belcher was definitely the right play there.
Yeah, just going for the heal bot there, wasn't able to heal enough, and unfortunately for Leoric, Tom GQ had the burst to go over the top of that heal bot. So hard to say when you're in that position. It's easier to see us as casters. We get to see both players' hands. So.
Yeah, it's like you're just basically deciding what you want to play around. You're like, oh well, maybe this will give me more opportunity to win as long as he doesn't have so and so cards. And I don't even know if he was expecting it to be a combo Reno lock. So. Yeah, tough choices.
Very, very tricky, and he took the path that he thought was going to give him the best chance to win. It just didn't work out. So Tom GQ took game 1 with his Warlocks. We'll give him a check mark on the left side of your screen.
Oh yes, Tom GQ is the one with the aggro druid.
Yes.
I totally forgot about this.
Double Fell
This is
Reaver.
going to be interesting.
Did he already mulligan? Is he stuck with Double Fell Reaver? No, he didn't. Okay, that's good. That would have been most unfortunate for him.
Job done.
It would have been okay. Turn 4 Fell Reaver and a turn 5 Fell Reaver.
Oh, he
put
got
on a
rid
lot
of
of
both?
pressure.
I'm actually surprised. I would have thought he would keep at least one of them. Because aren't they good to have, like, in the beginning?
Oh, well, they are good. I mean, the earlier you get them out, the less likely your opponent is to have an option or have an answer for them, and you're able to get in a lot of damage. So, looks like he's going to opt for the slower play here, perhaps afraid of that Doomsayer. I'm not sure, although it only would have soaked up 1 attack from a...
Yeah, I
Reaver.
think he just hero power here.
So, not sure what the... he had some options there. He opted to throw back those Fell Reavers, so hopefully he can get those when he wants them. That's going to be his game plan.
Just gonna throw out the Paladin Shredder. I like this. I mean, he could have considered maybe just Knife Juggler, but Then you're really weak to Consecration, so seems nice. What do you think about the Doomsayer here so early?
Well, he's taking a risk that Tom GQ can't answer it, and he's not only is he trying to prevent this play, but he's trying to prevent
the next play.
Right, obviously, and unfortunately, Tom GQ has a couple ways to answer this. He's gonna go with the silence here. He had the swipe as well. Would have been an option. He even could have done 2 damage to it with the keeper, innervated out the hero power. So just so many ways he had to clear that, but
yeah.
He went with the silence.
Solemn Vigil's gonna come out, getting some card. I mean, we get to hear that Lorik does have the anything can happen this time in hand, which will be both in hand. Oh man.
Only 1 Murloc's died so far though, so now kind of the opposite of where he was last game. He had all the Murlocs, but he didn't really have much chance to draw into anything can happen, to be fair. But
yeah, and Tom GQ decides to go stretch on board. Prayers that Consecration does not exist.
Well, still, it takes up your opponent's entire turn and really only kills the Knife Jugglers. So
very true,
that
very
would
true.
have been it's pretty much a 4 mana swap, but you get to come back on the board with initiative. So.
Oh, he's choosing to swipe here instead of Fel Reaver. I guess that does push damage, but again, I feel like Fel Reavers are things you're supposed to throw out as soon as possible.
Well, he's like, as you pointed out, he is kind of extended on the board here a little bit, so maybe he didn't want to play around or didn't want to play too heavily into a board clear from Leyward.
Yeah, I guess he's also probably playing around Peacekeepers and Keeper of Oldemons, trying to maybe see if he can get those to come out in a different way so he can use Fel Reaver to its full advantage.
Sure, doesn't need to be too greedy with the board presence here. Druid of the Claw, though, I wouldn't be surprised to see this come out in charge form. Yeah, definitely. Ooh, both juggles going face. Is that enough damage? That is enough damage. Both juggles went face, and that's going to be lethal for Tom
Super luck.
GQ. Wow. Hit both of the juggles. That was huge. And with that, I mean, don't look now, but Tom GQ up 2 games to nothing here in the finals already. Very, very quickly.
Oh yeah, I mean, but next is Priest, so we'll slow it down just a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully we can, like,
that'll be a slower.
sit there, take a breather, you know.
Slower matchup for sure. I doubt we'll see that quick of a game. Maybe he's aggro priest. Who knows? That'd be fun to see.
Aggro Priest?
I don't know if it exists, but it'd be fun to see.
Combo Priest. Well, he does have a Flash Heal, which can be a Combo Priest.
Yeah, it could be. I know we got a lot of Firebat fans watching us, so Freeze Priest is one that he was rocking for a while, a few seasons ago, not so much recently. A pretty fun Priest deck. Highly unlikely that he's running it, especially with these cards, but just fun to point out.
GQ with the 1-drop is going to be nice. He has the 2-drop heal, which is unnecessary. And then he has a nice, good curve after that. Getting Elise early. Pretty nice in the Death Lord.
Yeah, really good curve. The Valence Chosen. He's got options for turn 3, Valence Chosen or Death Lord. Both
yeah,
viable.
turn 3 and 4. Very good. But he does choose, again, the Doomsayer very early, which he'll probably just, skip his turn.
Actually, being maybe pretty good with the Doomsayer. Could have been pretty good timing on his part. Prevented the Valence or the Death Lord. Because if he throws out Death Lord on turn 3, Tom GQ does, and then you throw out the Doomsayer, and then the Valence punishes you. And that Doomsayer never goes off. So just trying to slow down the game. It seems weird that you're trying to slow down the game against Priest, but...
I was about to say, everyone's just trying to chill.
Looks to be exact. Ooh, he can't kill this if he wants to with that Flash Heal. Looks like he's gonna take that path.
Yeah, I really liked Flash Heal being added to the Priest just because of this reason. It gives him some... He essentially can make some really good choices, like in a pinch if you need to heal yourself really quickly. Like I was playing Priest for a while, and against Freeze Mages, you know, they Alex Straza you, and then I just like basically healed back up to full health with my Flash Heals, and I was like, oh nice. Or if I needed to play, to get rid of a really big minion, I could use it with the Arcanized Soul Priest and kill that, so...
Yeah, super,
I really like that.
Super versatile card, I agree with you.
Yeah.
So many options you can do with combined with that Arcanine. Gives you a little bit of reach over the top that generally you don't play around too much burst from a priest. But now you have to. And, yeah, interesting. So I like the Valence Chosen here. Just try to squeak out a little bit more value.
Yeah, he's gonna have to start prepping for that quality though, which is bound to come out with these really high health minions.
Doesn't have
Probably
anything to combo
quality
with the equality just yet.
It's true, but
I
no, I mean, you consider
it.
just putting down sludge and hero powering, but I feel like it makes more sense to use a quality sludge belter.
What do you think about equality and then old Merc guy? See what